Welcome to Zero Authority. We are freeholders. We are a community of hodlers building for hodlers. We started this group as a way to contribute to Freehold and educate people about apps built on Bitcoin powered by Stacks. We cover topics in the Stacks ecosystem and interesting developments in the crypto world. The first cohort of the 25 startups building on Bitcoin powered by Stacks was announced today. This is the Stacks Accelerator's first year, and there's a lot of excitement and buzz around it. Before we get into that, we wanted to cover Bitcoin and crypto markets and just take a look at the market today. If you look at the 200-week moving average heat map, you could see that each peak has led to orange and red dots. If you look at where we are currently within the cycle, there's no orange, there's no red. It doesn't even look like it's heating up. A lot of pundits, a lot of people, a lot of crypto Twitter, crypto YouTubers may say that the bull market is over or the bull run is over, but we think that it's going to be diminishing returns. It's going to play out a little bit longer. And we look at some really smart people like Ben Cowan, and we look at some really smart people like Ben Cowan, and he shows the data in an interesting way. And we think that it could very well play out with diminishing returns and with a longer period. We found log scales graphic interesting. So this is the Bitcoin price history per halving epoch. And if you look at the time frames, it's scaled to 20 times larger than the prior epoch. So 1, 2, 3, and currently we're in 4. If you look at this, just look at where we are in the market cycle right now in the 4th epoch. Does it look like we're near anything near the top? It doesn't at all. And so this one may just play out to be a longer period, and we'll really see the cycle rev up. So remember, even if we don't get a market high during the cycle, I wouldn't be scared and sell my Bitcoin, sell my Stacks, sell my Ethereum. I'd keep holding on to these. Imagine selling your Stacks coins and then 5 years later you wake up and the price is way above where it is today. I mean, it's less than $1 today. That's like buying Bitcoin or Ethereum or Chainlink less than $1. The network continues to grow. The people continue to grow with the network. The use cases for the applications, as we're going to look at here, are strengthening every single day. Hold on to your Stacks, hold on to your Bitcoin. Don't let them shake you out. All right, exciting times in Stacks startups land. The Stacks Accelerator has announced the first cohort of 25 startups building on Bitcoin powered by Stacks. And this is just a monumental time for the accelerator. This is going to be the first one. I remember watching the first accelerators for Y Combinator or Techstars and 500 startups, and those first cohorts were changing the world. I mean, we got Uber, and Uber didn't participate, but we got Airbnbs, we had Segment, we had so many startups come out of those first cohorts of accelerators. And today we're going to start to see accelerators from different layer 1 chains. And so this is going to be something to keep your eyes on. And we were looking at the list and we got excited about it and wanted just to talk about it really quickly today. If you go to the Stacks Accelerator page, you'll see the overview of each one. Block Survey is being used today. That's a highly usable platform that is used today. ARKADIKO, they're in the testnet phase right now, so we've been playing around with that and trying to use it and learn more. And the list goes on and on for the use cases here, and I believe that we are just seeing the surface, the tip of the iceberg for a lot of these decentralized applications built on Bitcoin powered by Stacks. I believe that this is going to create a whole new category of DeFi Bitcoin total value locked. They're going to have to add Stacks to total value locked and to the some of the DeFi traditional Ethereum list. And we're going to see the growth of the network continue, and the use cases behind these decentralized applications are going to continue to grow. A lot of people today, they don't care that you have an application built on Stacks. They just want to know that it's secure and it works, and you get the security, you get the usability, you get the programmability with clarity language, and these platforms are going to work, and they're going to abstract the layer of the blockchain, and people won't know the difference between a Web 2 and Web 3, and Stacks is going to facilitate all of those, the beginning of that blockchain supremacy. So the first one we saw that was very interesting is Risidio. They just had a free NFT giveaway, and it was on Reddit. We'll add the link below. But this one is cool because NFTs, we've seen a huge amount of announcements and tractions on some of the NFT platforms, and we've seen different sports leagues get behind the NFT movements and different media companies, and so we're gonna see this evolve in different ways that we can't imagine. NFTs in healthcare and residential markets and real estate and higher education. That's going to be really important. And one of the startups here does NFTs for higher education, which is pretty interesting as well. A startup in Pakistan that's drawing a lot of attention is called RareSense, and it's another NFT platform, and they raised 400,000 in seed funding. There's been a lot of traction. The CEO has been in the news because he met with Mark Zuckerberg behind the closed door meetings, and he was talking about the fourth industrial revolution is well underway. So I believe that this NFT platform can draw in people from Southeast Asia region, and really start to be the catalyst to build NFTs on Bitcoin powered by Stacks. And that's going to be a great use case because you can do a lot of things when you have the power of Bitcoin. Another use case that we came across is Alex. They're going to partner with Stacks to allow Alex to access the liquidity, power, and safety of Bitcoin's trillion-dollar network blockchain and earn interest on your Bitcoin. We've seen the popularity of earning interest on your crypto assets on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and now on Bitcoin and Stacks. This is going to be another reason to hold on and self-custody your own Bitcoin, and eventually it's going to gain more traction. A lot of people today love to keep their crypto assets on exchanges, and because they know it's safe, they have to remember a password. Maybe they forget their password, they can do a password reset. If you store your own crypto assets with your own desktop or mobile wallet and you lose your private key, well, there's a lot of fear, and there's stories that have been circulating that someone lost their key to the Bitcoin that they bought back in 2013, and it's just gone, right? So this platform will be another interesting use case. ARKADIKO is the decentralized liquidity protocol, an open source and non-custodial liquidity protocol for minting stablecoins, earning interest on your deposits, and borrowing assets on Stacks. So we've been using the testnet for a few days here, and we are really impressed behind the usability, how easy it is to use it, and we're going to be excited to mint some USD for stablecoins, and we're going to be excited to buy some DECO governance tokens. We believe that ARKADIKO is going to be the first stablecoin built on Stacks. That's going to be a huge use case because we're going to see one of the first scenarios or use cases for stablecoins built on Bitcoin powered by Stacks. So that's going to be interesting to watch. And they have the vaults that you can add your STX or USD into and earn liquidity and be able to borrow against. And you'll be able to stake your DECO tokens later. And so that's going to be interesting as well. And I could very well see this being like the maker DAO of Stacks, and then springboarding into other areas and creating DAOs and being a leading company in that regard, and paving the way for other DAOs and stablecoins on Stacks. So watch out for that. Go ahead and play around with the testnet. It's really interesting use case. I see this platform being hugely valuable in the near future. Another startup that caught our attention is EGGSCHAIN. So they say that we are a healthcare company that proudly operates at the intersection of technology, reproductive medicine, scientific research, and marketing and humanity. And we have a patented technology and team of experts. We strive to enable better decision-making, preserve the hopes of life, and help advance humanity. We are a thought leader, authority, and pioneer in blockchain-based digital chain of custody tracking blood, genome, tissue, organ, DNA, RNA, sperm, eggs, embryos, and more. So the team looks to be solid, and that's what got me interested into some of these interesting protocols and Stacks. When I saw the team behind it, I thought, I don't know where this is going to go in the future, but the team is really smart, really savvy. They understand decentralized distributed computing. They understand how to build these systems, how to make it verifiable. They understand what it means to build a smart contract platform. So just looking at the team and the advisors, they have a wealth of knowledge. They are experts in their areas. They have worked at some of the leading companies in healthcare and tech. This is going to be interesting because I think about 23andMe and how they do the DNA testing for people. Now, what if EGGSCHAIN protocol is able to integrate into other protocols and into health tech or to high tech protocols on Stacks or Ethereum or Cardano, and then be the protocol to deliver anonymized DNA or some genome data. So how valuable is that in the future? I have no idea, but you have to believe they're going to create a new market for this type of data, and we're going to see a Cambrian explosion in DNA on the blockchain, being able to push APIs and open source this data, and what they're going to build in the future is just fascinating. GoStats is another interesting platform. Earn Bitcoin rewards when you shop online. Hey, more people are shopping online. We all enjoy it. If possible, why not earn Bitcoins while we do it? So we see other platforms like Lolly, but GoStats is going to build their platform on Stacks, and it's going to be on Bitcoin powered by Stacks. So another interesting use case. I'm interested to see how the user experience is, and also earn some rewards in Bitcoin. HIREVIBES is something that caught our attention. It's a talent network for Web3, and it's also interesting because they have the HIREVIBES token. It's also interesting because they have a HIREVIBES token, and so if they build this on Stacks, you would imagine the utility behind the token would be receive Bitcoin as a bounty reward. So your bounty reward would be if you're able to find talent for a company and you send a friend a link and they get hired, that's your bounty. Pay reduced hiring fees, participate in protocol governance. So with Yearn Finance, they created a DAO for payroll. What if HIREVIBES builds a DAO for the protocol, and it's for payroll, or it's for talent management, or it's for HR solutions, and you could integrate that into your stack? And so imagine these protocols being able to integrate into your stack or whatever DAO you're building, and this makes it easier. So we saw that in Web 2 with a segment for continuous data infrastructure, or like a Stripe for e-commerce payments. So, or like geolocations with Google Maps. So we're seeing these protocols add tremendous value, and I don't know what the future holds, but this is going to be interesting just from the utility cases and the future impact of what all of these startups I didn't mention that are on the list today. So just fascinating times. Please check the timestamps below and skip ahead to the ones that interest you the most. Be a part of something bigger. The world is changing.